Permission. What does permission mean? Aren't all of our laws, our legislation, our control, and our power based on one thing? Permission. What does that actually mean? In America, I have permission to drink alcohol in most states. I do not have permission to smoke weed. I have permission under some circumstances to send money to various people in various countries, but not to anyone in Lebanon. And a number of Arabic countries, I have no permission to do that. If I go to my bank and do a wire transfer, the American government will cancel that. I do not have permission to do so. What is unique about cryptocurrency and the blockchain? Roger Ver touched on it earlier. It is permissionless. I require no one's permission to send a Bitcoin from my wallet to someone else's other than the peer-to-peer agreement that, yes, I will sell you this item for X amount, or I owe you this much money, or whatever. It is permissionless. This is why governments, financial institutions, and other agencies that control the world as we know it today are so afraid of Bitcoin, Monero, Ethereum, all other cryptocurrencies. Because cryptocurrency itself is a threat to the status quo of those who are in power. Think about this. We stand up on these stages and we promote this currency against that currency. We talk about growth, we talk about investment. We're ignoring one thing. We are on the cusp of a new age, a new society, a new way of living, a society that potentially is free for every individual, as it should be. Because we only lose freedom by giving it up voluntarily. You can't be free in this world of structure and control in your own way. Emerson said it best from jail. I feel free in the jail. You outside are not. Cryptocurrency frightens everyone in the existing power system. Governments, how are they going to collect taxes if we all use secure tokens or coins? With Monero, it's virtually impossible to determine who or what is happening with anyone's wallet, transfers in or out. This, by the way, is going to be one of the greatest changes in cryptocurrency, I promise you. If you think about what is happening today with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, with most of the cryptocurrencies, if I send you tokens or if you send me coins, then I have your wallet. I can go into that wallet anytime I want now and see how many coins you have, when you last transferred something, and how much and to whom. Now, if this were your bank account, would you be happy if every time you wrote a check, the recipient of that check, you go, oh good, let's find out how much money you have. Let's find out where you're sending it and how much you received. Well, I'm not happy with it. And once you understand that this is the truth of what is happening today, you will not be happy with it. Or if you are, then you're a very unique individual. And yet we have the facilities with most of the privacy coins to avoid that one flaw in the vast majority of cryptocurrency transactions today. But I digress. Let's get back to permission. Governments. If you have permissionless transactions and anonymous transactions, what does this mean for governments? Number one, how do they collect taxes? because virtually all governments on the planet survive, live, and breathe on the taxes that they collect from the fruits of your labor, not their labor, yours. I've paid in my life over $100 million in taxes, and I have received what? In America, next to nothing. I don't use the roads any more than anyone else. In fact, at my age, I don't even drive anymore. People drive me around, and I prefer to stay home, so I don't get that privilege. So if a government does not know where the money is flowing to and from, and for what, how can you collect taxes on anything? You can say, well, we rely on the honesty of the individual. Please, people, which of you, if you knew that no one could ever know what income you have received, are going to report that income to a government that will take 30% of it because of your reporting it? You're giving people too much credit. Few of us will do that. I will not. I don't pay taxes anyway. To me, taxation is theft. And I have, in fact, many times contacted the IRS saying, I'm not paying taxes because you're stealing from me. And I've made money, hoping that they will call me out, because I would love, as I did with the FBI a couple of years ago, to go on CNN for 15 minutes and debate the IRS on the legality of taking my money. So they've done nothing. They figure I'm 72, I'll die soon and it'll disappear. So, but yes, so they're terrified. And yet, in America, prior to the Civil War, we had no taxes. We survived on other means. There are always other means. Pay for use. We drive X number of miles on the highway. Well, let's pay per mile that we use if it's a federal highway. There are other ways. But governments will be smaller as a result. This much is true. So governments are terrified. Financial institutions are terrified. Banks are likely to disappear within 5 or 6 years. Absolutely. So, what's happening? Because we exist. This group here, those like us around the world, because of us, there will be conflict. It may not be bloody conflict or armed conflict, but there will be conflict. We are at war by our very existence. Please understand this. Please understand this. If we succeed in our dream, I'm not talking about the dream of getting rich through selling and buying, but if we succeed in our dream of changing this world, of leaving to our children and grandchildren an opportunity, a world full of freedom, a world where power, to the extent that it controls your permissions, simply does not exist. If we succeed in that, you must understand that those in power now will have lost, and they will not do so quietly or willingly. So our existence, our very existence, creates this war, which is happening now, whether you see it or not. Those who are controlling the price of Bitcoin, well, good luck with that for the next few years. It cannot happen. Now, in this war, what are our weaknesses? There's really only one, and that is centralized exchanges. Because until Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies become some sort of standard, we have to convert from one currency to another, from Bitcoin to a fiat currency. This is our weakness, because our centralized exchanges, being centralized, what does that mean? We have a central location. We have an office somewhere in China, Russia, America. That office can be shut down. How? You just raid it, arrest everybody, and burn the building, or shut off the electricity, steal the machines. That is our weakness. Will this be our weakness forever? Absolutely not. As I speak, thousands of developers in various different projects are attempting to develop decentralized exchanges. And it will happen. Whether it's based on the atomic swap or something else, I do not care. I know that it is coming. I know that it will happen. And when this happens, what does this mean? We are finally free. If you're using privacy coin, no one knows what you're doing or with whom. And if you have a decentralized exchange, meaning that there are 20 million people whose wallets on smartphones or pads or laptops or desktops can't be shut down. Let's say you manage somehow, and God knows how you could do this, to shut down every single smartphone using a specific wallet in a specific country. Who cares? The decentralized exchange is not affected. We will be free. And when that happens, what do you think will happen? All hell will break loose. Be prepared for this. My question is, are you up for it?
Yes!
Then I think I've done. I know we're way over time. This lady has some questions, I suspect. Am I over time?
We have about 2 minutes, so yes, let's do some questions.
Eat this on it.
Yep. Fantastic. First of all, Charlie in the audience, thank you so much for answering the question I meant to actually ask too.
And I'm not going to answer it anyway, so you might not, don't even ask it.
All right, let's try it. Well, anyways, yeah, I'll half blame being pre-caffeinated and poker tournament last night. But yes, no, I do think it's fascinating, and also working in finance specifically. So you did up your price prediction to 1 million by 2020.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, yeah,
and we don't have time for me to go through it, but anybody who can add 1 and 1 and get 2 can come to the same conclusion.
Yeah, we're at 6K. So my question also is, very well-respected analysts are calling for lower prices. So can you actually specifically explain why you believe that, and maybe also what your predictions are for the end of the year then?
I have no predictions for the end of the year. It's too short. I do believe that long-term predictions, unlike Charlie Lee's statement, and I respect Charlie, but I disagree here that long-term predictions in the cryptocurrency field are absolutely possible. Why? Because fundamentals are fundamentals. They will not change. Prices today, tomorrow, the next day. But if you actually believe something, if you purchased IBM stock when the world's first computer was created by IBM, and you go, whoa, I see where this is going, do you give a flying fuck what happens week to week? No. You know that in years to come, this will be the greatest investment ever. It's the same thing with Bitcoin, with almost all of the major non-scam coins that are out there. So please, use your heads. We're talking about 2 years out, more than 2 years. All right?
Yep. So you've been speaking for years about how Bitcoins can be hacked. You recently launched your wallet,
Yes.
BitFi, and it was hacked. Can you explain what happened?
It was not hacked. People said it was hacked. What does it mean to hack a wallet? If you have a wallet containing coins, but you say, aha, I hacked that, would you not expect them to have said, I took your coins? No one did. So I'm saying, no, it wasn't hacked. It was an unsuccessful hack. Sure, people turned the wallet into a video player. Good, we didn't charge extra for that. So, no, nobody got the fucking coins. No one will get the coins. That's what I'm saying. That's the hack. So those who said, yes, I hacked the wallet, nobody got the coins. Please God.
So you come from obviously a very technical background. You've stated in the past that you invented cybersecurity. So my question is, with your tweets, with your public statements, how much should we take this as your technical opinion or as you having fun?
Take it all as having fun. Please God. I'm 72 years old. What do I know? All right, but I am having fun, and I have in my heart an understanding of this world that those who are half of my age have not yet seen. And I see in cryptocurrency the future or potential future of a free society. Good God, in 72 years I've never seen it. I've never seen that opportunity. We have it here. Please God, don't waste it.
All right, thank you so much.